Hello, Guardians. This is Red Devil here to talk about an important issue. It's like kind of like a public service announcement. And the public service announcement I'm trying to communicate to you is actually that of which why we are still having or expected to pay for the new expansion, The Rise of Iron. Granted, there's a lot of things there that people are really hyped up about. Oh, we're getting the Gallahorn back. Yay! We're getting we're getting more story. Yeah, we are. That we are. I'm not saying I'm not excited. I'm actually saying that it's not entirely something we should be happy about, or at least something that we should be excited about Bungie doing. Why? Well, because you see, that's not exactly the expansion that I was hoping we'd get. Nor is it the thing that I was expecting after a lot of information was quote unquote leaked by Bungie or by people around Bungie. But let's be honest here, people. Nothing is ever leaked. It is always released through that authority. Bungie allowed those rumors to be released to create the hype. Oh my god, did you hear what happened? Someone actually leaked video on the next expansion. It wasn't leaked. It wasn't leaked. These people protect their projects like the Secret Service with the president, and if not even better. So no, it wasn't leaked. It was information released. It was all on a need to know basis. And Bungie decided we didn't need to know, and then they decided we needed to know. So here's just the problem with all of this. So far, some of the expansions, quote unquote DLCs, have come out somewhat accordingly to what the timeline back in the 2012 E3 presentation of Destiny. But then again, a lot of things that they mentioned at the E3 convention also didn't happen. Like they'd like to put the blame on the head writer who left the story. No one really knows why he left. Bungie doesn't want to talk about it. Nobody knows. Nobody even has a theory. I do. He didn't like the way things were going. He didn't like Activision's decisions, and he said, bye-bye, I'm taking the story with me. You guys are on your own. You just signed a deal with the devil. Not me, Activision. I mean, we all know that they're the equivalents of EA, so it's not surprising. But anyways, this expansion, DLC, Rise of Iron, is actually the second time that they've changed what they were supposed to release. For example, here we have, self-explanatory, and then it was supposed to be called Comet Plague of Darkness, and it wasn't that. And then we were supposed to get a Vex story right after the Taken King, and then after that one we were supposed to get one with the Cabal, which was pretty much, something that I can tell a lot of people would have had a lot of explanation on both the Traveler, the Stranger, and what a lot of people have been mentioning a lot at Bungie.net, the Rogue Guardians, the ones that separate themselves from the Traveler. We'll never know why now. We'll never know why, because they switched the stories, because we're not going to see it. We're never going to see the Stranger. We're never going to see what she was about, who she was talking to, why she's so angry at the fact that she wasn't forged in light. We're never going to know what happened to the Queen. We're not going to know what happened to her brother. We're not going to know. Not until Destiny 2 that comes out next year. And I mean much later next year. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that after this DLC, quote, expansion, Rise of Iron, we're supposed to get at least one more. But here's the thing. That one I don't mind paying for, because it's already going to be in the fall, if not the winter. But September is not a fall season, people. It's not. It's not a fall season. I don't know where people get the idea that September's fall. It's not fall. I've already asked a number of people. I've asked everywhere. I sounded stupid asking, but I needed confirmation. September's not fall. But anyways, getting back to this whole thing, the reason why I'm so hyped about being so angry at Bungie for being so deceptive was because of a lot of Reddit, posts, and prior, during, and after the Taken King. It could have been on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. This game has gotten so popular that a lot of people talk about it for the same reason, because it has potential. Unfortunately, Bungie keeps ruining it. They keep messing it up. They keep fixing what's not broken, or fixing what they think needs fixing that isn't broken. I mean, really? You actually think that we really needed this kind of BS in Prison of Elders 42? I mean, yeah, back in before the last update, the worst thing that could ever happen to you on PoE was Varix taking 50 points away from your score if you took too long. But due to certain other reasons on why now Varix takes 500 points from your current score was because I supposedly heard of a rumor about people grinding for a little too long, trying to come up with both the 90 and... No, wait. I'm sorry. The 30 and the 90,000 points on your scorecard to just go to Varix and redeem it. Supposedly, people were grinding the crap out of it, which is impossible because you can't get more ads unless the boss's health goes low, which is just a given. And you're not going to kill the boss immediately without making at least the 30,000, right? So, besides that being one of the reasons why I think Bungie just keeps messing the game up, there's a whole bunch of other ones. But I'm not going to list them all. Maybe at a later vlog. That's if I actually get the response that I'm hoping. Now, another thing. I don't want to pay for this DLC quote expansion because, well, here's the reasons why. Destiny is getting microtransactions, sources tell us. Don't freak out too much, though. We hear this paid DLC will be limited to cosmetic items like emotes and sparrow skins, and developers at Bungie will be doling out free story content every few months until next fall. Yeah. So, basically, the microtransactions were supposed to be funding the next DLCs. Okay. Yeah. Surely. What DLCs have we gotten since then? Don't come out saying with, oh, yeah, but here's, we got the Sparrow Racing League, or we got the Crimson's blah 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 blah. I didn't play it because I thought it was stupid. Valentine's Day. I don't like Valentine's Day. Or we got Festival of the Dead. Remember that one? Yeah, about the Halloween stuff. Yeah, Halloween. Celebrated. At the tower. And you had some stupid little quests you had to do for for candy, for bags of candy. Woo, bags of candy. Yeah. And no, those don't count as DLCs or expansions. I'm sorry to disagree with you there, people, but they don't. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because they're seasonal events, which means that it wasn't an expansion, nor was it a DLC. They were seasonal events. Oh, we got our chocolate ghosts. We got our red ghosts. We got our red shader. We got these weird little masks that don't have any light of defense whatsoever, that eventually you had to delete from your vault. And I'm not talking pre-vault expansion space. No, I'm talking after they updated that. Why would you want that in your vault if it doesn't really help out? Not even in the Crucible. There's no point in having it. And it was really sad too because I really liked the one that looked like the Ghost Rider, you know, the blue one with the little chattering jaw. Yeah, that one was awesome. And it sucked having to delete it because it was taking vault space and there was no point in having it. You couldn't even use it on PvE. Okay, so there was no point in having it there anymore. So that really doesn't count. They didn't give you anything for free other than useless crap. If you actually paid for it at the Eververse trading post, which I'm pretty sure some of you did. And that's another thing that I'm getting at. A lot of people used up a lot of money at Eververse, which should have automatically funded everything. Now, as far as the Sparrow Racing League goes, we played it for like what, 3 days, 4 days tops, where most people really didn't have the opportunity to play it because they have other things to do other than play Destiny or just play, period. And I'm not speaking, about myself. I got more than enough time to play. I'm talking about everybody else that actually has a life. But here's the thing: they're not expansions. They're not DLCs. They were events. Just like Trials of Osiris, just like the Iron Banner, except we actually get to play those. Obviously, we're not going to play the Crimson or the Festival of the Dead because, like I said, Valentine's Day and Halloween, and I'm pretty sure there were other ones that I don't remember. But as far as that goes, the Sparrow Racing League was supposed to stay, like Trials of Osiris and the Iron Banner, but it didn't. Why? Who knows? Maybe not the response that they wanted. Maybe because it lacked, creativity. Maybe just because people just didn't like it. But it was supposed to stay nonetheless. A lot of people don't try Trials of Osiris and it's still there. A lot of people don't like playing Iron Banner, but it's still there, right? So at least the Sparrow Racing League should have stayed, but it didn't. So where's our free DLCs? Where's our free content? Where's our expansion? Nowhere. That's where. There was no free content. There was no expansion. There was no DLC. There was no extra stories. There was no explaining anything. Nothing. It was all bull. Now, for Destiny 2.0, this will be a completely new game. It is titled currently as Destiny 2: The Shattered Suns and is planned for release on September of 2016. You will still be using your current characters. It will focus heavily on Osiris and his endeavors as he is the main quest giver in the game. A new form of enemy is said to be in development, possibly a Hamkara. Couldn't get a straight answer from anyone on that. Mercury is also said to be a big player in Destiny 2: The Shattered Suns, the main area in which the Guardian will explore. Bungie has also hired on Hollywood writers for the story of this game as well. A new voice for the Ghost is also being implemented. Bungie apparently stated that they are not going to continue with DLCs, but instead release free raids, planets, etc. throughout time. They will only be continuing with the main games after the Taken King and its successors. Now, that's where I'm getting at. Why aren't we getting the Iron DLC for free? We didn't get anything for free since then, and I'm still insisting that those were events. They will not be counted as expansions or DLCs. They were just events. And the April update is also not a DLC or expansion. So don't even try to give me that BS. But it was. That's what it was. It was free. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It's not an expansion and it's not a DLC. It was an update. They stated themselves. Read between the lines. Update. April update, not April expansion or April DLC. It was the April update. So don't let them fool you. And I'm very passionate about this because I repeat myself. I love this game very much, but I hate the way it's being managed. I don't like what they're doing to the game. I don't like the way they're forgetting their community. I don't like the lack of appreciation they show their supporters. I don't. I don't want to see this game shut down because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are just going to quit on it the way they quit on Mag. And I'm pretty sure most of you know what I'm talking about, even though they did nothing wrong. But this game will disappear eventually because they are not doing a good job in managing it. And I don't want to see that happen. I really don't. So, without any further ado, I will leave just a few little more notes of wisdom so that I get my point across. And please, please, if you do not want to see this game go to shit, if you know that there's something wrong with the game, if you know that there is room for improvement, please share the video. I don't care if you put the like button. I don't care. I don't care if I get followers. I really don't. I want this game to be the greatest game ever. Since Pac-Man, since all of them. I want this game to still be going on strong. I want this game to be so good that Hollywood decides to make a movie out of it. But unless we put our heads together and we don't make a difference, we don't do something about it now, Bungie's going to keep messing up. That's why they have their feedback option at bungie.net, because they just don't know what they're doing. They have no clue. And the only way that that's ever going to change, the only way that we can actually make it better is by being rough with them. A little bit of TLC. Tender love or tough love and care. Not tender love and care. I want tough love on them. So, I'll just leave some words here. And please, share the video. I don't care if you like it or not. If you do, awesome. If you don't, well, then that's just fine. But remember this chart right here and how it doesn't make sense. Okay? Because it doesn't. And remember that we were supposed to get, when they changed the story all over again, from the Vex to Osiris, and from Osiris to now the Iron Lords. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. And remember, read between the lines. Nothing is leaked. It is released on a need-to-know basis. And they only make it so where we feel like we're finding out illegal information we're not supposed to know about until the actual release. No, they let us know. It's just to create the hype. It's the controversy behind it. That's why the word leak is so juicy to us. Holy crap, they're releasing information before its due date. So don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the lies. Don't fall for the cons. It is all released on a need-to-know basis. And they just make it sound more juicy with the word leak. Okay, so I will leave with some music and some texts and some words. And if you wouldn't mind, maybe spreading the word a little bit, so that way the game becomes better. And yeah, that'll be good. Well, goodbye everyone. This was Homer Simpson signing out.